In this summary, you'll learn to ask 3 powerful questions that shape how we think about progress, truth, and the future. The first question is, what are the types of progress? The second, what is the challenge of the future? And the third, what is startup thinking and why does it matter for building the future? But before we start, let me ask you something. What important truth do very few people agree with you on? This is the question Peter Thiel asks when interviewing someone for a job. Take it in mind, reflect on it, and answer it for yourself. We'll come back to it at the end of the video. So, what will the future look like? The answer is simple. It will be different, and it will be rooted in today's world. Imagine this. If nothing in our society changes for the next 100 years, then our future is actually 100 years away. Progress comes in 2 forms. Horizontal progress means doing more of what already works. It's easy to imagine because we've seen it before. Vertical progress means doing something entirely new. It's harder to imagine because no one has ever done it. Think about it this way. If you build 100 typewriters from a single typewriter, that's horizontal progress. But if you invent the word processor, that's vertical progress. At a global level, horizontal progress is called globalization. It's spreading things that already work everywhere. China is a clear example. Railroads in the 19th century, air conditioning in the 20th, and skipping landlines altogether by going wireless in the 21st. Globalization helps nations catch up quickly, but they're still copying ideas that already exist. Vertical progress, by contrast, is technology. It's the act of creating something entirely new. That's why Silicon Valley, with its breakthroughs in information technology, has become the capital of progress in recent decades.
By definition, the world divides into 2 categories: developed countries and developing countries. A developed country has already achieved nearly everything. A developing country is simply catching up. But here's the catch. Since the 1970s, the world has experienced massive globalization, but only limited technological progress outside of IT. And here's the danger. If the world only spreads old ways of doing things, we don't create wealth, we create devastation. In a world of scarce resources, globalization without new technology is unsustainable. And here's something we often forget. Technology has never been automatic. For thousands of years, our ancestors lived in static, zero-sum societies where success meant taking from others. After 10,000 years of primitive agriculture, progress came in small bursts. Medieval windmills, 16th century astrolabes. But then, everything changed. In the 1760s, the steam engine launched the Industrial Revolution, and humanity entered 2 centuries of relentless growth. Today, we live in the richest society the world has ever known. Yet strangely, much of our world still looks old. Outside of computers and communication, not much has improved since the mid-20th century. Our cars, our buildings, our energy sources, they're more or less the same. And so the challenge of the 21st century is clear. Can we make it more peaceful and more prosperous than the 20th?
So, where will new technology come from? It usually comes from startups. History proves the power of small groups with big missions. The Founding Fathers built a new kind of political order. The Royal Society advanced science through collaboration. And in Silicon Valley, the traitorous 8 broke away to form Fairchild Semiconductor, laying the foundation for the modern tech industry. Why startups? Because large organizations often become dysfunctional. Inside them, people signal that work is being done instead of actually doing the work. If this sounds like your company, the best advice might be simple. Quit. A lone genius might create a great work of art, But no one can single-handedly create an industry. That takes a team. A startup is simply the largest group of people you can convince to join you in building a different future. And here's the key. It's not about size or even speed. The true strength of a startup is the ability to think differently, to challenge assumptions, to question received ideas, and to rebuild from scratch. So here's your challenge. Let's return to the question which I asked you in the beginning of this video. What important truth do very few people agree with you on? It sounds easy, but it's actually very hard. Because knowledge taught in school is, by definition, what everyone already agrees on. These are the kinds of answers Peter Thiel hears most often. Our educational system is broken and urgently needs to be fixed. America is exceptional. There is no God. But these are weak answers. A strong answer usually sounds like this. Most people believe X, but the truth is the opposite of X. So, what's your answer?